Come on, ball. Yes. Oh, what a kick. That was lucky. Got that 9 out late. What's up, guys? BrunsNick's back. It's time to introduce the Columbia 300 Ricochet. Now, the Ricochet is a throwback to the original with an enhanced core design with modern features and HK22 Cohesion Super Flex. So I can't wait to see what this ball does out on the lanes for me with SPECTO running, of course. But before we get to all that, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Now, let's see what this Ricochet does out on the lanes. All right, time for this Ricochet Pearl. Now, like I said, that original core, I never threw the original series. The core has foot blocks, top, bottom, 2.488 RG. Differential is pretty high with 0.54, a symmetrical ball. And of course, HK22, it's got cohesion in it, super flex. So it's got a lot of sparkle in the cover. Looks like gold sparkle in this midnight pearl. So it looks sharp. Can't wait to throw it. Bowling on crown jewel pattern. My typical house shot, 43 feet. 22, 23 units. 13:1 ratio, so a lot of oil in the middle, not a whole lot to the outside. So let's get it out, move it in, let's see what happens with this Ricochet. Start on 15, start it straighter, a little more direct. We'll see how this ball performs. Wrap 10. Now I get the question quite a lot. Whenever we come out with a ball that looks kind of similar to another ball, everybody always asks, well, what does it do to that ball? So the question I'm gonna get is, how does this ball perform compared to a vaporized from Brunswick? And they're a little bit different. Now they both have a similar cover stock. This has different blend of additives in it, but symmetric core versus asymmetric, this ball actually has more flare potential and drilled than the vaporized. But it's also symmetric, so the shape's gonna be inherently different. So that's what we're gonna find out. So let's try again. Pretty shiny ball, symmetric. If anybody's noticed, that's probably the only type of bowling ball I really struggle with is symmetrical shiny balls. Just happens to be. Should go. Another wrap 10. For me, shiny bowling balls, especially symmetrical shiny bowling balls, are only really going to come into play later in a block when I've already established enough friction on the lane to bank off of it. Something that I can kind of really see the ball slow down, because these kind of bowling balls typically need more help from myself to slow down and strike. So let's try one more shot there. Let's see if we can't get it through the pins a little bit better. Wrap 10, ball hits hard. Just coming in a little bit late, that's all. Better. Yeah, just go a little bit more direct, ride the oil line a little bit longer, and the ball took care of its business. All right, so that's zone 1. Kind of curious to see where the best zone for this ball is going to be. Obviously, this is going to be a player's type ball. It's good looking, dark colored. It's going to have some performance to it, HK22 Cohesion. Let's move it 5. We're going to be in a 20 board now, a little bit swinging. And I think the whole thing, this whole video is going to be just maintaining the speed a little lower, let the ball do some more work. Oh, tripping 4s. We got the roller on the 4, that's awesome. So even with that cohesion additive and that super flex, it's not super sharp off that spot. It doesn't see it and go. It's kind of got a longer hook window. I definitely sent that to the dry, and it did not overreact. Good sign. Now, where I think I will struggle with a ball like this is if I miss it in the oil and the ball's gonna come behind the head pin. I think that's where I'm gonna struggle. Don't know. It might be better, who knows? But that's what I'm seeing so far. So that's in more. No, it's hooking. Wow, I was wrong. Softened up, got it in, and the ball did not hold. It responded hard off that spot, so, okay. The ball is quick off the spot to friction if I slow down and let it be that way. Otherwise, if I throw it kind of the same speed and tempo that I normally do when I'm playing straighter, I think it will be a better match. So let's just stay aggressive with it then. Yeah, Stronger speed, kept it in that same zone, and the ball came off it really hard. So, time to move again. We're gonna move it 5 more left. We'll be 10 left from where we originally started with this reaction. Not this reaction. I want to call it the reaction Ricochet because I think that's what it was called before. But Ricochet Pearl. So we'll be in 10 left now, standing 25. And now give it a little swing. Come on, ball. Yes. Oh, what a kick. That was lucky. Got that 9 out late. So far, it seems like this ball is getting better and better as I move in. So the more I open my angles, the better it responds and the better it carries. That's what I'm seeing. That ball stood up pretty hard to friction and almost went through the face. I carried it. That's what I do. Don't leave no 9 pins. I leave 8 pins. That's a great shot. Hold. See, I thought it was too good. All right. I think I can throw one more shot in there. I can stay aggressive. I thought I was going to have to kind of baby this ball a little bit, bring the speed down. But I feel like I'm pretty aggressive. I'm throwing it to the spot, and that ball came off pretty hard. So let's test out the theory. Let's see if I can't throw it to that spot, but with a little more speed and a little bit more razzle-dazzle. Trip to 4 again. How about that? It's a heat seeker. It wants to get off that spot and go left. So going left is where we're going to go. We're going to move another 5. We're going to be 15 left, standing on 30. We're going to see if we can't use that dry down the lane to bank off of it hard and still get through the pins. That's what we want. If it labors, then well, we'll probably look at maybe a surface adjustment when I start using it for league or whatever. That core is doing a lot of work. It kind of hook and sets a little bit. If I get it there, I got a chance. If I set it down too early, it wants to go high. Let's throw one more shot here. But that's sending it to the dry. Let's get it in the oil. Like that. That waited a lot longer to get down the lane before it hooked. And kind of deflected a little bit. It didn't really have the entry angle. So, you know, when you cut off those angles and you play more in the oil, you're kind of playing with fire a little bit. You know, people always ask me, why is your break point so far out? Why do you make it 5 board? Why don't you go to 10? Well, 10 doesn't give you a whole lot of room for error. That's why. All right, let's move it one more zone. Let's go 20 left. End of the road for this ball. We'll be on 35. See what happens. I think you're going to hear some big time flare here. Hook a lot. Hook a lot. Oh, man. I sent it out to nowhere land. So it's good to see that the ball recovers hard. I didn't expect it not to. You know, when you got a ball that's in the mid-50s with a strong HK22 Cohesion cover, ball's going to hook. But the way they hook is so much different than an ASIM. So going back to the whole vaporize thing, that ball just revs up a little different core shape, and it does a lot more work in a sweeping manner. This is more sharp, upright, and forward. Let's try one more shot. Oh, I couldn't get 3. Definitely a different rolling type ball than what I've seen more recent. Strong, symmetrical. It's doing a lot of work with that dual flip block up top. It's really doing a lot of work for me. It's really more of a control ball for me. Even though it's shiny, it's pearl, it's got HK22 Cohesion, it's more of a control ball for me, just the way the core is interacting with everything. So I'm gonna move it back. We're gonna go back 5 boards. I think that last one was pretty good. So we're gonna go back 5. We'll be standing on 30. Give it a little swing here. So this will be the final shot of this video for the Ricochet Pearl. All day. Pretty different ball with that Ricochet. You know, symmetrical bowling balls, I've always preferred ASIMs. You know, this ball, sharp, but also a little bit more forward. So it's a very quicker response ball. You know, it's very forward and it's very strong. So that's all, that's my take on the Ricochet from Columbia. If you got any questions or if you purchased this ball based on the review, please let me know. Love hearing about that. Check out the merch on Inside Bowling. I always appreciate your support with that. And please subscribe. See you on another video.